Are you feeling a little bored? Every day it's the same old thing. Take a road trip. Hey, future me here. Real quick before we get started, I wanted to just mention that if you don't have a car, or you just feel that your car is not good enough or whatever for a road trip, then don't forget that you can just rent a car. A lot of people forget about this. They think renting a car is just something that you do on a big fancy vacation, but you can just rent a car just for the weekend locally in your neighborhood for a weekend or a few days during the week. Definitely look into this because you might be able to get a really good deal, especially during these times. I don't have to tell you what's happening. It's the summer of 2020 and there's a lot going on in the world, and prices for rentals may be at bargain levels. So definitely check that out, and don't be afraid to splurge a little bit if you find a good deal. Get yourself a nice, comfortable car or an SUV or something and really have a great time on your road trip. Anyway, back to the video. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share 6 reasons why road trips are great. Let's jump right in. Number 1, road trips are generally quick and easy to plan. This means that you can be more spontaneous with your road trips and enjoy the generally relaxing way that you can plan a road trip, as opposed to the more stressful, labor-intensive way that you would plan a bigger, fancier trip, especially if it's one that involves taking airplanes or trains or something like that. Road trips, you can't beat them for just being fast and easy and relatively stress-free to plan. And you don't have to do much packing, so that just is another bonus on top of that. Number 2, road trips allow you to break away from your everyday surroundings and your normal mundane routines. Now, even if you enjoy your everyday stuff that you do, it's still healthy to sometimes just get away from it all, detach from what you do every single day and what you see every single day, because it can be stress relieving, it can have a calming effect, it can just open up your creativity if you see new things, experience new things. And also too, when you return, these quick trips can make you appreciate just a little bit more what you have at home. So it gives you that perspective. And again, it doesn't hurt that it can help you with stress as well, and get your mind off of your everyday things that, life is very, has a lot, you have a lot of stuff going on in your life, and just breaking away can give you an opportunity just to detach. And it's pretty healthy to do that once in a while. Number 3, these trips can also be a great way for you to explore multiple destinations during the trip. For example, if you're going to plan a fancy trip going somewhere on a plane, typically your main destination is going to be after you arrive. You may have more than one destination, but your main destination is not part of the actual trip. However, these little road trips, you could make it so that you could have multiple points of interest that you will experience and explore and maybe discover, because you might not normally go to these places if you were traveling on a plane, for example. So take advantage of road trips to explore, different coffee shops, different stores, different scenic points of interest, different parks, even just going to different towns, exploring different neighborhoods. This can be a lot of fun, having a picnic on the side of the road. Just do different things along the way. Don't make it so that the road trip is just getting you to the destination. Make it so that the road trip itself, kind of like a cruise, the road trip itself is the attraction as well as the main destination. If you even have one, you could have a road trip to nowhere and just stop along the way. So definitely take advantage of the variety of destinations that you could have with a road trip. Number 4, road trips can be more affordable than other fancier trips. This goes without saying, but you can customize your road trips. You can make it as cheap or as expensive as you want. But road trips in general, if you know what you're doing, if you plan carefully, you can make them a lot cheaper than a regular trip. And as a result, you can enjoy road trips and the escape that brings to your life, and enjoy all the benefits of road trips more often because it's cheaper. And also, road trips don't require you to have the same financial commitment to save money in anticipation of the road trip. Or if you're taking a friend, you don't have to worry that they may not have enough money to chip in if they want to pay part of the way, part of the expenses. It can fit any budget. Anybody can come along. It can be super cheap if you have a friend that wants to split the expenses with you, whether it be food, the cost of, attractions, if you're going to parks or a fair or amusement parks or whatever it is. These little road trips, or gas in the car, gasoline. So these little road trips are great, cheap. That in and of itself is an awesome thing, but you can also make them a little more expensive if you want to splurge a little more on different things, different foods, maybe a little bit more fancy of destinations along the way. Definitely take advantage of the fact that road trips are cheaper and you can take them more often as a result. Number 5, road trips give you an opportunity to communicate with your family and friends, your passengers that you bring along with you in the car, on a more personal and intimate level. This is nice because, in today's world, modern technology all over the place, people, generally speaking, are not even speaking, they're usually communicating with each other using various social media platforms, texting and whatnot. So using road trips as a way to reconnect with somebody close to you, maybe just going on a trip with your close family, or a friend, catching up with a friend. This is a good way to break away from the everyday, distant way of communicating, which is social media. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of nice to have something different. And ironically, communicating with people on a level so intimately as, you're just confined in a car. So there really is not a closer way to do it. So this is optimal for doing it. You could be in a car for an extended period of time. You almost have no choice but to talk with each other. And even if somebody is a little bit resistant because you see that they're kind of on their phones a lot, encourage them to speak to you, talk to them, and just see if you can get even a few moments of personal interaction. I think that's very valuable, and road trips are great for this type of personal connection, so you can bond with the people that you care about in a more intimate way. Definitely take advantage of that aspect of road trips. And number 6, try out different foods and snacks. What I mean by that is, don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone and enjoy the fun of having road trip type food on your road trip. For example, when you stop to refuel, consider, the shopping, the convenience store on the highway, on the rest area where you're getting fuel. Sometimes these convenience stores can be pretty nice, and they have a wide variety of foods and snacks. Sometimes it's hard to find those in a regular grocery store, near where you live. But these places, plus you're in a frame of mind, in a road trip frame of mind already, breaking away from your everyday routine. Why don't you also break away from your everyday, cuisine routine, food routine? That can be a lot of fun too. And definitely enjoy the little snacks, because that way you won't have to worry about, overeating too much, but you can still enjoy the variety of snacks and, explore different things and make your palate have a good time too on the road trip. Definitely don't ignore the aspect of how food can make a road trip more enjoyable and fun, and trying out a variety of different snacks can be awesome as well. And by the way, as an example, quick example, I recently tried a cup of coffee, which again, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I did try out this one flavor of coffee at a mini mart on the highway while I was refueling, and it was a pancake flavored coffee. It was pretty good. For me, a non-coffee drinker, I kind of need these exotic, weird flavors to make me want to drink coffee, but I thought that was pretty nice. I had fun drinking it. It was nice. So definitely use road trips as a way to expand and have fun with your cuisine and your food. All right, guys, with that said, I'm getting real hungry right now. I think I'm gonna go grab a snack. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.